Good evening, Mask enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, 'cause it's time to start yapping about the Auto seasonal dip. I'm so sorry. However, positive news, it looks like we're past the worst of it. So I'm going to show us some examples. I'll leave you to, think on it in regards to, do you want to start making some moves from investments? Because you probably should make a move before it's too late. Right, let's get started then. So, good few months back, I put this video out showcasing the past examples of certain skins suffering from the likes of the dreaded Auto seasonal dip during the period between the likes of September, October, November. We'll have a very nice summertime, but then, kids go back to school, there's less people playing the game, and of course most skins will dip because less people playing the game, less demand for skins, lower skin prices. But then things tend to recover during the likes of the winter break, when kids get, time off, adults don't have to work as much. You get the idea. Cool. That's the very brief explanation. Now, I've been talking about this many times in the past, and last year I quite literally pointed out, because I could easily identify when the lowest price point was for most skins in general. Now, funnily enough, earlier today I did my 48-hour analysis, and it kind of dawned on me that some of the skin prices are already starting to improve. And it's kind of dawned on me, mostly due to the fact that probably we had a very interesting October update, that maybe we're not going to go that much lower from here. So let me just quickly point out an interesting detail that happened quite recently. We have had less people playing the game, of course, and if you saw the likes of my most recent Rust Skin Abnormal Barders video, we were very surprised to see how certain skins from last week's Rust store, which I'm going to showcase to you right here, they really weren't selling that much. And evidently, with the very next Rust store, certain skins were accepted, which definitely caused some of these skins to spike in price ever so nicely. But more specifically, there was a perfect opportune time to grab into the likes of the Commando AK-47, the Ultramarine Small Box, and the Black Diamond Gloves, because if you go and look at them right now, they're doing very nicely. Now, of course, not everybody who bought these last week currently have the ability to sell these, but with the support they have, with the amount that they sold, can't help but assume they're going to rise up in price ever so nice in the future. And when more people play the game actively, on average, I'd say, all the better for them to rise up in price, because there's only so much to go around. I think I already basically said that, but get a good look at the likes of these skins. We got the instant continuation with the likes of Hoodie and Pants in the very next Rust store for the October 4 swipe. Those gloves rose up in price ever so nicely. And I told you right here, if it happens, it looks like it's going to be totally fine. And when we looked at all the skins with the abnormal bar support, the gloves look totally fine to jump in and buy. I bought 30 of them. Did you buy any? Well, I hope you did, because they're still maintaining that $8 price. Not sure if it's going to be like that forever, but sell them whilst you can, because that's money. That money is good. Right, anyway, that worked out ever so nicely. And then, of course, we have the likes of the Ultramarine Small Box, the lowest selling skin in the Ultramarine collection. So going back over to here, the interesting details, as I said, these didn't sell that much. It was just like the picture perfect time to jump into the likes of these. So the likes of the Black Diamond Gloves, a very interesting detail in regards to these are the fact that they are the lowest selling black gloves in the game now. They only did just under 11,000 subscribers. When you compare to likes of Legacy Kevlar Roadside Gloves, more than double of these exist compared to that. And then when you look at the likes of the training gloves, the previous lowest amount that sold before, well, that did 11,500. So, don't be surprised to see the price that it's selling at right now. The demand is very strong. And maybe in the future we'll see some more Black Diamond skins, such as the boots actually being accepted, or a jacket maybe. We'll see. But it's doing better than Blackout at the moment. It's doing better than Black Gold. But remember, it only basically just got its continuation, literally just with the current Rust store. And it can slowly go back down. Will it go down to? Well, if you've noticed, these borders keep rising up and up and up and up. Now, it's all just 11111. We need to see some more stronger borders for it to actually stick to a certain price. But I can't help but assume these will be comfortably above $3 for the foreseeable future. So, a good instant profit. And that is one of the many good reasons to consider watching the likes of these abnormal border videos, so that you're aware of what is looking good to consider jumping into and to invest in with the current Rust stores. It's always best to wait it out, see how things are, do the abnormal borders first, look at the support, and it's just so much easier to identify if certain skins are actually going to retain their value or end up as nice investments. So that was just a quick highlight with the likes of that. And the main point was, with the likes of the Rust store here, these skins really didn't sell that much. They were perfect opportune things to jump onto, to invest into. Very nice, very cool. If we see something like this again over the course of the next month or so, I will definitely try my best to highlight it out to all of you. This was a perfect opportune time to actually buy straight from the Rust store as an investment. But now you want to look at the likes of the many skins of the past and start making considerations in regards to, do you want to jump in and invest into them now? Because chances are they've reached a new low point this year. So let me just bring up the likes of the recent Harbour Seal Rock. When I looked at this, I thought this was going to behave likes of compared to the likes of the Pug Rock. So if I could just quickly go back to 2 weeks, just to remind all of you, we have the Harbour Seal Rock here, and it did 19,000 subscribers. It appeared halfway through September, exactly like the year before, where we had the Pug Rock. So if I could just quickly bring that up. Pug Rock over here, he's comfortably in the positive, so let's just slot him over here with the other two rocks. And I can just quickly point out, lowest listing, $3.15, highest bidder, $2.50. And if we just look at its sales history, you can see how initially when it came out last year, it dipped down, but it rose up pretty quickly, stabilized, gradually went up during the likes of the post-Christmas period, was very stable during the likes of the Easter dip, rose up quite nicely during the summer, but it has started to go down a fair bit. But when will it stop? Well, it might start to stabilize around now, because we're going to show off some other skins in a bit, and you're going to probably get the good idea of, right, I don't think skins are going any lower. So, all right, that rock right there, the Pug Rock, you could probably jump onto it, and you could probably make some decent profit, because if it ends up where it was earlier this year during the summer, it'll probably go back up to $4 again. Now here's the Hamster Rock, which you might have noticed was from the video that I pointed out last year, the lowest points. So it's very easy to identify the lowest point from the previous year. If I could just quickly show that off to you right now. As you can see, during the likes of the summer, it sold quite nicely. It had a lot of demand. Its interest kept the price up. But unfortunately, inevitably, the autumn fall seasonal dip appears, and it went down, 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 stops. And then it just improved. And it just kept going up and up and up and up and up. And it went all the way up to a very nice point at about $3.50 on January 6th, 2024. Then the Easter dip appeared. But then the summer appeared. Went all the way back up again. But of course, as you can see, it's starting to go down. But from what you can see, it's been going down, 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 down. And is it starting to stabilize? Well, that's for you to consider. But I can't help but assume it looks like most skins in general right about now are starting to stabilize. They're not going any lower. Again, at some point early in October. Right now it's the 6th of October because it's a little bit late for me. But last year it was early October again when most skins in general reached a new low point. Now these are just like average normal skins, you know, rocks and whatnot, ha 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 ha. But what if we looked at likes of Whiteout, Blackout and Forest Raiders? Because it's a little bit different with them. So talking about the likes of the more in-demand skins such as Whiteout. Now this is usually always on the front page. If you were ever to refresh the front page, you're normally always going to see at least one Whiteout skin. That's a given. Point made. Cool. So looking at this right now, lowest listing is $14, highest bidder is $12.50, and of course with the likes of the skin here, we did make quite a fuss about the likes of many interesting camouflage collection skins in the likes of this video. As you can see with all the chapters, I pointed out Whiteout, Desert Raiders, Forest Raiders, blah blah blah, yep, you get the idea. So back over to here. During the likes of the summer, this went up in price ever so nicely. And as you can see, it peaked at some point around the early point of August, and that was selling for around $17 to $18. Very nice. But of course, it has dropped off a fair bit. It's gone down to about $14 right about now. But does it look like it's like dramatically going down anymore? Like, look at this. It looks like it's already reached its low point at the beginning of September. Huh. And this is actually something I've noticed with a lot more of the more in-demand collections. So we're going to show off like the other skins in a bit. But yeah, it reached its lowest point in September, stabilized, and it looks like it's starting to go back up again, which it technically has. So let's also just take a quick look at the likes of the Whiteout hoodie. Lowest listing, $11. Highest bidder, $9.25. Cool. Scroll down over to here. I want to show you its lifetime history. Very nice. And of course, it peaked at some point in the summer, more specifically August. It has been going down quite a fair bit, but it stopped going down to any lower point. So as you can see, again, early September. And then as you can see, it's starting to stabilize and starting to kind of go back up again. Interesting. Now we've got the kilt. Lowest listing is $15.67. Highest bidder about $14, and pretty much the exact same thing. It's been going down. It doesn't look like it's going down that much more. So yeah, this was selling for about $18. Good couple months back. Went down. Seems to have stopped at some point in the later part of September. Stabilizing, could start going up again. So go look at all the skins that interest you, because you need to start considering if you want to jump in and invest into them. Ideally, if you're going to invest into a skin, you want to buy it when it's at its cheapest. But with these more in-demand collections, it kind of looks like they've probably already reached their lowest point. And I can't help but assume, especially with the interest that Rust has had at the moment, like take a look at this right now. Earlier today, with the it's Saturday, we've just recently had the October update, the World update. We reached 169,000 peak player count. If you were to compare this to last year, right, the peak player count for October 2023 was only 130,000. That's like a 40,000 player difference. And I can't help but assume Face Punch are cooking even more interesting things for the end of this year. A new biome. Is that still being worked on? Is it going to be ready by December? We shall see. I think they've been keeping it under wraps, like very, very secretively, and they're just going to surprise us just like that. But if you've been keeping track of the likes of the commits as of recent, you'd be well aware that a lot of interesting details have been mentioned that directly reference the likes of a brand new jungle biome, aka a jungle ruins monument. A jungle ruins ziggurat, to be precise. If you don't know what that is, it's like an ancient pyramid, but like Aztec, Mayan, South American pyramid. Look up jungle pyramid, you understand what it is. Cool. So if that were to come out, and if a lot of people are going to be very interested in the likes of that, I can't help to assume with even more people playing the game, you know, increased player count, increased demand in skins, and of course, increased prices. Yes, there you go. So you might want to start making moves for the likes of some of these skins right now. So here's the likes of the Blackout face mask. Scroll down, take a look at this lifetime history. As you can see, picked up in price ever so nicely during the likes of June. Very nice. Went down, 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 down. Stops around the end of August. Stabilized. It's been stable for quite some time now. Surely it can't go any lower. Maybe it's going to start going up from here and now. We shall see. And then, of course, we've got the Blackout hoodie here. Lowest listing, $14. Highest buy order, $13.50. All right, that's looking pretty good. And then when you look at the likes of the sales here, this kind of looks like it's still going down a fair bit, but it also looks like it could start to stabilize. Things look like it's kind of working out quite nicely. So, as you can see, it looks like that might be probably the best time to consider jumping onto this. If you want to invest into likes of the Blackout hoodie, it's up to you. But just quickly remind yourself, that was selling for around $18 to $19 early this year, around June time. And considering what it's selling at now, there is some potential nice profit to be made. It's up to you. And then we have the Blackout kilt. Get a good look at that. Lowest listing, $12.37. Highest buy order, just under $11. And of course, if we just look at the lifetime sales, that's been slowly trending downwards. But considering all the recent Blackout alternative options that have been coming out, maybe this has suffered. Maybe people would much rather use a Blackout alternative option because they're cheaper. Hey, it's up to them. Anyway, let's just look at this. So this is peaking at around some point in August. It has been trending down. But this one in particular, it doesn't look like this one's stopping. But still, you know, if you're going to buy into it, even when it was like near its lowest point, yeah. Or maybe you buying in will stop it from reaching any lower because you're the one who started to buy out of stock again. And then things will change. Funny that, isn't it? So, yeah, just take a look at all these skins. It's up to you. Now let's quickly hop onto likes of Forest Raiders. Get a good look at likes of this. So the cheapest listing is $16.70 for the Forest Raiders face mask. Scroll down, take a look at sales history. Peaking at about $20+ ish in August time, has been trending downwards. Now this one does look like it's still trending downwards, but how much lower can it go? Not sure, but it has lost about $5 of its value. Now, do you believe that this is just going to rebound and go up in price ever so nicely? Consider this. We just recently got the likes of a Forest Raiders locker. Do you believe we'll be seeing some more Forest Raiders deplorables being produced and accepted? And do you think that might increase interest in likes of Forest Raiders? But also take into consideration, Forest Raiders is already expensive. Kind of hard to invest into something that's already expensive, but hey, we have been seeing a lot of more valuable skins over the past summer go up in price ever so nicely. I'm looking at you, Big Grin. So, okay, we can look at the likes of the Forest Raiders hoodie now. As you can see, lowest listing is just under $14. Highest buy order is $12.43. Scroll down, take a look at what you see here. And yeah, this one also looks like it's still going downwards. So Forest Raiders seems to be a little bit different compared to the other notable collections that we just saw. But hey, it could start stabilizing if you're the one who starts buying. Ooh. So, yeah, looks like it can still keep going down a fair bit. I just don't imagine it'll be that much lower. All right, that's the main point I'm trying to get across. And then there's the Forest Raiders road sign pants or kilt, whatever you name it. Yeah. It don't care. This hasn't gone down. This does not care about the autumn fall seasonal dip. It just wants to keep going up and up and up and up and up and up. Now listen, if we ever saw the day where we got a budget green clothing and armour set, more specifically a road sign kilt that looked like this colour green, if that ever appeared, I can't help but assume that would go down in price. But for now, it has no competition and it's sitting here at $70 and it hasn't even been affected by the autumn fall seasonal dip. It does not care. It does not care. So cool. All right. That's nice. So yeah, I know I went on a bit of a tangent talking about last week's skins and whatnot, but the main focus of this video was to identify that there was some nice investments that could have been made, and I feel like I might have pointed out some things for you now. And of course, you might want to consider just looking at certain skins in general over the past year. So let's go ahead and look at some random skins and items. Chinese Lantern. This is always reintroduced every single year, but people like it, and of course, somewhat recently, earlier this year, we did get a change. So when you own this, you can also make a white lantern. Quite nice. And, well, people like this decoration. It lightens up my house ever so nicely. So if I were to just quickly scroll down and take a look at its lifetime history, as you can see, it goes up, it gets reintroduced, it goes down. And it goes slightly up, and it gets reintroduced, and it goes down. And it goes up, and then it gets reintroduced, and it goes down. Now, of course, you might notice this. During likes the summer, it rises up quite nicely, but then autumn fall seasonal dip. Oh dear, but then it goes back up again. So as you can see, this went down, but then it went back up again very quickly. Again, at some point in early September. So, alright, I kind of think you might have missed out on this. Or maybe it could still go a little bit higher. But again, over the course of history, more and more of these have been bought when they were in the rush stores, when they were reintroduced. And of course, with more of them in circulation, it might be harder for them to rise up in price. But yeah, when it's February again, maybe you might want to consider buying into them. Because at the very least, there would be some fairly routine, easy profit to be made. Just pointing it out. But yeah, as you can see, that's already gotten past the worst of it over the course of just these past couple of months. So, all right, that was a nice little detail to bring up. Is there anything else we can identify? Well, of course, we probably want to look at the likes of the loot boxes, the barrel, for example. When most skins go down in price, guess what? The loot boxes go down. So as I go ahead and look at the likes of this, it's still trending downwards. But I will bring this up to you. The loot boxes are a little bit slow to catch up with what's going on. So when prices start improving, this will probably still go downwards. But then, of course, once it starts to wake up, then it will start going back up again. So yeah, this is still slightly going down. But if you were to compare it to the point where it was back in the summer, as you can see, this was comfortably selling at around $11 at one point just a couple months back. It's been trending downwards ever since then, but I can't help but assume it's going to start to stabilise and go back up again. But if you were to look at the weapon barrel ever since, over the past few years, it's been trending downwards regardless. There are so many skins being added every single week. This was an inevitability. But at the very least, you can see it's still expected to rebound and go back up again. I'm not pointing out to consider investing into this. I'm just pointing out it's a great way to identify the state of the economy, the rust skin economy. Right, and then over to here, Tempered Thompson. This is a skin I've pointed out in the past where if this skin is selling nicely, that's a clear indicator that the skins are doing very nicely in general. So if we could just look at its sales history, and if I could just quickly identify this, yep. So, as you can see, with the likes of the summer, it went all the way up to about $3. But then after that, it started to go down again. Had a bit of a rebound during the likes of August, but then it's been going down again. But it stops at the beginning of September. And now it's stabilised and it's starting to trend back upwards. So this is another indicator that it kind of looks like most skins at the moment potentially have already reached their lowest point and they're starting to stabilise and go back up in price again. So yeah, hopefully that's a nice enough sign. And I have pointed this out before. With so many of these that got bought in the past, and I think it's 90,000 back in early 2021, but people like the Tempered Thompson, it's one of their go-to options. A lot of it's always had decent demand. And every now and then it does appear on the likes of the front page of Rusty Market, so just point it out. So yeah, that seems to be improving now. And then if I look at the likes of the Tempered Sheet Metal Double Door, just a nice example, because we've had a lot of Sheet Metal Double Doors this year, but this one right here is the worst performing one as of now. And yet, the funny thing is, this sold at $3, it's sitting here at $2.50. Yeah, let me just quickly showcase this to you. So if I were to go back another week, we'll find a Sheet Metal Double Door right here in front of us. And yeah, there was quite a fuss earlier this year because, oh no, suddenly we're getting tons of Sheet Metal Double Doors. Are they doomed? Well, not really. Not really. Look at that. Down 7, down 14, down 22, down 2. Oh, well, it's me. Is that the worst of it? Well, it looks like it, yeah. So, oh wow, that's actually gotten lower. But still, main point is Temper collection, people like it, and yeah, so that's apparently the lowest point. So if you're thinking about potentially investing into likes of that, hop aboard, I guess. Yeah, I'm surprised as you are, but yep, it has been trending downwards. It looks like it could keep trending downwards a little bit more, but then if you take into consideration the bars that we have over here to the side, not really. It looks like these are going to hold up and keep the price up for a reasonable amount of time. And then, of course, it'll just rebound and start going back upwards again. Now, you're probably looking at this and saying there's 314 listings. Well, I can point out to you 173 of them are listed above $5, it seems. So just wanted to clarify that. Okay, cool. There you go. Tempered sheet with the double doors. Looking pretty good there. And then we have the likes of the Loong double door. So this came out earlier this year. This did over 40,000 subscribers. There's a lot of demand for this, and that doesn't surprise me because it looks so nice. It looks so nice. Now, this initially did kind of dip down the price a fair bit because it came out during that, what was it, 2-week period where we got 4 sheet metal double doors being accepted. But look at it now. Sold for $2.49, it's comfortably sitting in a positive. And has it looked like it's reached its lowest point? Well, let's just quickly go over to here. And as you can see, it looks like it's still trending downwards. It does look like it's still trending downwards. But as you can spot here, it was going down. And it seems to have stopped. And it looks like it could start going back up again. Or it might just be stable for a while. We'll see. But after all of this video, by now you're probably considering, hang on a minute, it looks like it's probably going to start going back up again. And with its $2.50 buy orders here, hey, it doesn't look like that's going to be going down in price anymore. So look at all the support there. So I think it's doing pretty all right now. I think it'll be a-okay. Right then, so TLDR, what is the answer? Well, basically, it honestly looks like we are past the worst of it now. Maybe not for every single skin, but if you're looking around trying to consider making some investments and whatnot, you're going to have to look yourself. But it's not too hard to just notice that it's not just going dramatically down anymore. Some of these skins have kind of looked like they're still going down, but the majority do look like they're starting to stabilize and starting to go back up again. So maybe you might want to consider making some moves now, if you have the money. So, yeah, I hope we can start looking forward to some nice potential investments, some nice potential profits. Now, the best time is usually, of course, at some point in early January. So we've got a good couple of months to go, but we've got the likes of Halloween to go through. And, of course, we have the Christmas skins and whatnot. I hope you invest into that. Remember, I always say, invest into Christmas skins around Easter time. That was always the best time to consider. And we'll probably talk more about that in a bit. But, yeah, things are looking pretty sweet. And with these interesting updates, we keep seeing a lot of people wanting to jump in and play. Rust is still growing, and therefore the skins seem to be holding up quite nicely as investments every single week. And with that, I think that's a wrap. I'll give you another little hint towards something pretty interesting. Keep an eye out for the Halloween contest entries. I'm just going to quickly show off some skins here. As you can see, I've seemed to have paused a bit. There you go, he's awake now. He got a little bit stage fright anyway. Halloween, now shut up. So we got some interesting looking tier 2 armor there with the likes of some pumpkin hoodie and pants, ever so nice. And of course this Monday I will be on stream and I'll be showcasing a lot of very spooky looking Halloween skins. The Halloween submissions have to be in by October 7th, 11:59 PST time. Yes, so we've got a lot of interesting skins that have already been submitted. Here's a quick little look, and I'll be showcasing all of them on my stream as of 9 PM UK time Monday. So yeah, feel free to jump in and say hello, and yeah, that's that. So I'll have this linked in the description of this video as well. Cool, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Hope the information was helpful, and have fun trying to look for some investments. And best of luck. Hope you make plenty of profits, and I hope you have fun with them. All good. Catch you later. Saying goodbye.